Hey guys, for this vlog I want to start off, it's about depression, because not a lot of people know exactly what depression is. I've had personal experience with it. I don't really anymore. I mean, I just have a few moments every now and again, nothing nearly as bad as it used to be, but a lot of people don't know exactly what it is, so I figured I'd try my best to explain it. For most people, it's take the saddest day you've ever had in your life. Think about it. If you can't choose one, choose the best that you know, and then think of any possible way it can get worse. Now, after you've thought about it, thought about how it could get worse, I mean anything to make it worse, anything at all, and think of where your mindset would be. Think of how your thought process would be about it getting worse, where it's at, where it's been. How deep can you get in sadness from that? And that's about where depression is. That's about where it starts. Like I said, I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be. I used to be really bad. But you still hear about, you know, these people, these kids, I want to say, getting depressed all the time and they don't see a way out. And there's always a way out. Now, some of them like to choose the easy way out, and that's a very bad thing. But I can see where they're going with it. I can see why it took them there. Maybe not the same exact issues that I had dealt with, but I mean, I get their thought process. Thought process is, I just want to end the pain. That's why whenever you hear about people cutting themselves, and you hear about them self-injuring, whichever way they want to do it, maybe light a cigarette, put it to them, they just want to know that there's other pain out there. They want to know what the other pain could feel like, instead of the pain that they felt for a very long time that hasn't changed. They're looking for a way out, and it's a very sad thing. I mean, if you've never been depressed, I mean, everyone's gone through sadness. Maybe a loved one died. Maybe you heard the words, "I'm sorry, but you have cancer." Maybe, you know, any number of things could happen to make you feel bad. And hearing those words can lead you into depression. But I mean, from personal experience, it's something you just have to you have to deal with it. I mean, I tried taking the easy way out a long time ago, and I'm glad that it didn't work. I don't want to get into exactly what happened, but it didn't work. All the variables were there, just it didn't go down, and I'm very happy it didn't. If there's anyone out there who has dealt with depression and is on the last step, just know that from the bottom of my heart, I mean, it's always going to get better. And you got to remember, it has to get worse before it gets better. And I don't know, that's the only advice I can give on that, because a lot of people don't know how deep it can go. If you're one of those people who maybe has an idea of it, maybe hasn't dealt with it as deeply as others, and even if you have been depressed, I want to go ahead and lead you on to check out a video. I'm not a crazy Christian type. I'm not going to send you to Jesus, but go to YouTube. It's a song, and the music video that's with it is very graphic, I gotta warn you. But for me, it brought back all those depressive feelings that I used to have. Not to where I want to kill myself. It reminds you of where you've been. Then you can look back at where you're at right now and be thankful that it didn't work out for you the bad way. It's the group is, I think it's Five Finger Death Punch, and the song's name is Coming Down. It's I warn you, I mean, it's no one killing themselves, but it's a video of two people. One of them is attempting to kill himself with a gun. The other one is attempting to kill herself with pills. And throughout the video, the song really maps around visual images on how they got out of it, you know what I mean? At the end of the video there's one message, and it's a very true message. It says one friend can save a life. All you need is one good friend. And anyway, that's just, if you've ever felt those feelings, if you ever want to know what those feelings were like, watch that video. Listen to the music, listen to the vibe. There's a very awesome guitar solo in it, and it brings out the emotions. But it's a very bad thing what's happening to today's youth in the realm of depression, how deep it's getting. How many parents don't give a shit? How many friends don't give a shit? You know, if you tell your teacher, you know what, like nowadays whenever you're in school, it was like this whenever I was in school too, but if you go up to your teacher and say, hey, I'm not feeling so good right now, and you're trying to tell them in a very kind way that, hey, I'm broken emotionally right now, I don't see any way that I can focus on this project, there's no way that I can complete what you want me to right now, can I get to it later? Even if you very thoroughly explain it to them, the teachers nowadays just don't care. Parents nowadays, same way. If you say, hey, I think I'm depressed, well, then maybe a father will, I'm not saying my father, but a figure will look at you and say, hey, you know what, you just need to be a man, be better about it. But it's something that you can't help. It's something that, and by can't help, I mean you can't resist it from coming out of inside you. You just can't get over the fact of how sad you are until you finally have that day where you're like, you know what, as sad as I am, this life really isn't that bad. I mean, I used to dream about, hey, I wonder how many people would actually miss me if I just drove this car into that fucking pole right there. And that's a very, very, very dark place to be thinking. One, while driving, and two, just to have that pop into your head on an everyday occasion of, hey, what would happen if I just offed myself tonight? I wonder how many people would show up at my funeral. It's not okay to be thinking that way. But it is a place that you can go to and you can come back from. And I hope that anyone who watches this checks out that music video, because it's one of the few videos that I've seen where it maps out everything a depressive person has thought. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Everything that you couldn't help, it'll work itself out. I mean, I just hope everyone gets away with it like I did. Try it, but fail, if you will. And like I said, I could not be happier that I failed at that. That was a misery that I didn't want to deal with, and I chose the wrong way to deal with it. But I need to go in here and get some super glue. So, see you in a bit.